Imagine the sensation. You're flying down a hill, wind in your hair, and then, with a gentle squeeze, you command the world to halt. How does such a simple, small motion at your fingertips translate into the colossal power needed to bring you and your speeding bicycle to a complete stop? It's not magic, of course, but a clever ballet of physics often overlooked. For early cyclists in the 19th century, stopping was a far more dramatic affair. Riders on penny farthings often relied on dragging their feet on the ground or even pushing back on pedals, methods that were, let's just say, less than ideal for rapid deceleration. Modern brakes begin with that humble lever on your handlebar. Connected to it is a thin, strong cable, typically made of steel. This cable is the silent messenger, translating your intent into action, running through a protective housing along your bike's frame. Here's where our first piece of hidden science comes in: mechanical advantage. When you squeeze the lever, it acts as a simple machine. Your fingers apply a force over a short distance, but the design of the lever amplifies that force, applying it to the cable with much greater power. Think of it like using a wrench. A longer wrench gives you more leverage, right? Similarly, the brake lever's pivot point creates a mechanical advantage, meaning a relatively small squeeze from your hand results in a significantly stronger pull on that cable. That amplified pull travels down the cable, activating what's called the brake caliper. This caliper houses two brake pads, typically made of rubber or a specialized composite material. When the cable pulls, the caliper arms move, bringing these pads inward, and then the real stopping power ignites. The pads make firm contact with either the bicycle's wheel rim or, in the case of disc brakes, a dedicated rotor. This is where friction, our next key player, takes center stage. Friction is simply the force that resists motion when two surfaces rub against each other. The rougher the surfaces, and the harder they press together, the greater the friction. In our brake, the pads are designed to have a high coefficient of friction against the metal of the rim or rotor. This resistance isn't just slowing you down, it's transforming energy. Your kinetic energy, the energy of motion, is converted into heat. That's why brake rims or rotors can get surprisingly warm, especially after a long, steep descent. Whether you have classic rim brakes, where pads squeeze the wheel's edge, or modern disc brakes, which clamp down on a central rotor, the underlying principles are identical. Mechanical advantage amplifies your input, and friction does the vital work of slowing you down. It's an elegant, efficient system, refined over more than a century. A small, intentional act from your hand is magnified and directed, culminating in a powerful, controlled deceleration, all thanks to these fundamental laws of physics. So the next time you effortlessly bring your bike to a halt, take a moment to appreciate the invisible ingenuity at play. That tiny lever, that humble cable, those unassuming pads, they're all working in concert, performing a daily miracle of controlled energy. If you enjoyed peeling back the layers on something as simple as a bicycle brake, perhaps you'd be surprised by the hidden engineering in your kitchen blender.